Oh, hi, sorry. Didn't see you there. Right, today I want to talk to you about a thing that I've forgotten. Sorry, I just had a mind fart. So I live in a country where every day I am stared at, often talked about, and judged, basically, sometimes negatively, sometimes positively. I'm also online making videos and putting out content, so it's important that I do not care what people think, and I haven't cared what people think of me for a long time, and I want to share with you 5 things that have helped to get me to a point where I don't really care what people think. So number 1 is probably the most important one, and it's that if somebody judges you, it's often a reflection of an insecurity that they are experiencing within themselves. And people do this to direct the focus away from the insecurity that they have. This is just playground psychology 101. This happens at school a hell of a lot. People are constantly criticizing each other, bantering, shifting the focus away from the insecurity that they have themselves rather than addressing the root problem, which is the insecurity in itself. For example, if someone thinks that they have large ears, they might criticize someone who has large ears, or that's just an example, something like that. So it's important to remember that when somebody is judging you or criticizing you, it's really nothing to do with you. It's actually a reflection of their insecurity. So when someone does this to you, instead of being hurt, understand that that person's working through some problems of their own and just brush it off. It really doesn't matter. The second thing that has helped me to not care what people think is to focus on what are people actually judging. So, like I said, when someone judges a physical thing, like your nose, your eyes, your ears, your hair, whatever, that is a reflection of an insecurity that they are experiencing themselves. That's point 1. But point 2, if somebody is criticizing, say, your clothing, at the very most, this is a criticism of the material of the clothing. It's like judging an apple for being red. It's a natural occurrence. We've taken natural ingredients and turned them into things that we can use. So it really puts into perspective their level of judgment and where they're at in life. Again, a reflection of something that they're going through. If they're judging clothing, then their judgments are void at best because they're still living in an illusionary society. This society that we live in the cities and stuff, is just an illusion of natural things made dead and then put up forth in a way that we can use them, often not so effectively. So when somebody judges, say, your car or your clothing, like I said, they're just judging the materials that we've put together. It has absolutely nothing, again, to do with you if you understand that these objects have absolutely no significance within reality. So again, this is a reflection that they are living in a sub-reality or an illusion, whereas you're not. And then when you're not, these judgments won't affect you. When they judge your shoes, when they judge your t-shirt, when they judge your car, when they judge your home, you understand that these things are illusions, and what actually matters, emotions and thought processes, philosophy, creation, when they judge those, that's when they're on your level and that's when you can take them seriously. But when they're not, it's fundamental to understand that their criticisms really have no effect on your life. The third thing that has helped me is that when I receive feedback that I deem negative, I think it's important to separate criticism from insult. So to do this, you have to first focus on the deliverer of the insult or criticism. Do they have your best interests at heart? If they're like your parents or your husband or wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, there is a good chance that they will have your best interests at heart. And even though what they're saying may appear to be overly critical or sometimes even harsh, they may just want the best for you. So it'd be good to take what they say, don't get angry, but analyze what they're saying and see if you can use it to shape your world to better yourself. People can only provide you with information that you use to develop or destroy yourself. That's the way the world is. I can't force anyone to go vegan. I can only deliver them the information that they require to make the change themselves. I have their best interests at heart, and I hope they realize that. That's an example. If, however, you are certain that they are just blindly insulting you, point 1 and point 2 apply. Number 4 is to focus on karma, bad karma in particular. If you're putting out bad judgments, you are giving value to that level of judgment. For example, if you are judging someone based upon the way they look, you are objectively saying that everything and everyone should be judged in that manner. And you will be subconsciously assuming that everyone else has that same value and is judging you back, when really the whole thing is just an illusion that you created in your mind. So if you are one of the people who have an insecurity about a certain thing, you should go to someone and compliment them on that thing. And their reaction alone to the compliment will render the whole illusion unnecessary, and you'll just forget about it. If you have a problem with your nose, go compliment someone's nose, and they'll be like, "Oh, thanks. I've never had that before, and cheers. That's really nice of you." That positive energy alone will make the whole thing just, there's nothing to worry about. When you put it out there, it'll come right back around. Like when you put out negative vibes, it comes right back around. When you consume animal products, what happens? You get ill. That's just karma. It's just straight up karma. The 5th and final point I'd like to make is more of an active one, and that is to take yourself out of your comfort zone. Not so far out that you're putting yourself in danger, but far enough out that you are broadening your horizons. You have to think of your whole body as a muscle. How does a muscle grow? It is fueled with the appropriate nutrition, so it's important that to stay healthy. To stay healthy, you will stay rational, and you won't have those illusionary thoughts of self-doubt and self-criticism, and you won't think that other people are doing the same about you. And for a muscle to grow, it must experience some discomfort through exercise. So the discomfort actually allows a muscle to grow, to expand, and then the nutrition does the healing. So it's important to think of yourself in that way. When you experience discomfort, you broaden your horizons. You are forced to accept what's around you as norm, otherwise you'll go crazy. And often you realize that, why the hell didn't I do this ages ago? Why the hell haven't I always been doing this? Because there's unimaginable beauty in the world, and you don't get to see that if you stay sedentary or in your comfort zone, your bubble. So go beyond your bubble and experience the world, or experience something that may seem unachievable. Figure out the necessary steps to get there. So these have been 5 points that have helped me to not care what people think of me, and it is a great feeling. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll gladly get back to you. Thank you for watching.